Hello. I'll wait for maybe a few minutes, 1 or 2, and then I will start. Okay. Sorry, I like to read out loud, but the mic was on. Guess so. Yeah, 1 more minute, and I'll start. Okay. Time to start then. Hello to whoever joined. Thank you for joining. So today, I said I was going to do some PureScript, and I really don't have any idea what to do, but I'll figure it out. Maybe you can share some ideas on chat. Yeah, what I know about PureScript is that it's basically the same as Haskell, more or less, with probably some improvements in the sense that it doesn't have to maintain backwards compatibility. And then there are some things, for example, in the standard library of Haskell in base that could be improved, but they are there, so now they don't want to do breaking changes. And yeah, PureScript started from scratch. It compiles to JavaScript. Yeah, so strongly typed functional language that compiles to JavaScript and basically looks almost the same as Haskell. It's not lazy as Haskell, but so if you are a Haskell developer, that's a surprise, or that's different. But if you are a JavaScript developer, or any, probably from any other language, it will be just the same. Before the stream, I was playing a bit around with the installation, like how to get started, and looks to be super easy. I remember that when I took a look before, like a while before, you had to, yeah, package management was done with, I think it was Bower, and because of some reasons, npm wouldn't work. I think regarding like the fact that you could have override the version or something in npm. But then there was some tooling like pulp, PureScript, pulp. It's like a build tool for PureScript. But now there is Spago, and Spago is the official build tool. And seems to be working pretty nice. So because I know Haskell already, I've been doing like side projects with it and learning. There is not much I need to learn from PureScript, like syntax maybe, so we can see a quick start guide. It explains a bit the installation. Just set up like a new project and the PSCI, which will be probably like GHCI, like the REPL. What else? Yeah, and then there is PureScript by example. It's a book, and yeah, the PureScript fork. Sorry, the PureScript book fork. PureScript is almost small, strongly statically typed programming language with expressive type, written and inspired by Haskell and compiled to JavaScript. So yeah, that's what I was basically saying. There was here differences from Haskell that could be interesting, but I don't know, like chat, like if you are familiar with Haskell and we should take a look at these, or if you are familiar like more from the JavaScript side, and then you would be mostly interested on learning what basically is all this functional stuff. I don't know, but I cannot get the chat to talk. Basically, I keep asking questions and nobody replies. So please reply. So one of the differences with Haskell. Imports, exports. Okay, type classes must be explicitly exported. There is no qualified because everything is qualified. Explicit for all. Okay. Numbers. Native number type which represents JavaScript. Float and int, which is restricted to range 32-bit integer. Okay. Unit. It's unit. In Haskell is like open and close parentheses. And there is the unit value. Okay. There is no syntactic sugar for list. Okay, so the syntax for list is used for array. And perform characteristic. Okay. There are records. Records are nice in PureScript, whereas in Haskell they are basically a pain to work with. Type classes require an explicit name in the instance. The arrow is the other way around. Deriving, I like. Okay, derive instance. Okay, this is like the equivalent. Under derive type functionality. Okay. I think that's it. I'm not gonna continue here. So what I was doing on the mean, I created. Yeah, the intention I have is to do something on the front end side. I don't know what. So if you have an idea of what we can build like in 2 hours or less, feel free to suggest. I was looking into Allergen. I don't know how to pronounce this. the documentation, and it's basically a library for building user interfaces. I think it has some similarities to React, but it's not built with React. There are also bindings for React, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that. I think I'll try Collagen. And yeah, what I did was create using Collagen template. I created a template and I was playing around with that. So the PureScript, yes. So there is the yarn serve, which runs parcel, and yeah, I think the original app was only like increment button, and I was just playing around adding more. So, and you also need to run the build, if I understand correctly. So if I change a button, for example, you click just a silly change. Yes, that doesn't date, so yarn build, Pago build. Yeah. So if I do Pago help, I want to see if I can watch on the build. All dependencies compiled. So what is the help? Pago build help. There is watch. Yes. Okay. And that. Yeah. So that changed, and that triggers the build of parcel. Cool. This is just silly application. Counter. Okay, so now it's time to take a look at what we can do with it. I don't have any idea yet of what to build. As I said, I was thinking I could build like a sign up, like login screen. No, why? Because it has a form, and then we will show like logged in screen, like so we could have routing also of private routes and public routes, like an SPA app. I don't know if that's interesting, chat, or not, but no. One thing I need to keep an eye on is that the last stream, like the connection of OBS went down, and I realized quite late, like quite some time after, so half of the stream was lost. And the other thing is that I should have played music. Yeah, I forgot to play music. Okay. So I think I can continue with this same application. So what is here? There is the main. The main has effect unit, so this in Haskell would be main IO, right? Effect is basically the same as IO, and unit is the same as unit. It runs a log and as af, which probably is I think I remember properly, but we could search here. If I remember properly, it's a synchronous effect. PureScript PureScript package database. Yes. Runs an af value of the type commonly used by alerting components. On any enhanced errors will be rethrown as exceptions. And af, it's from PureScript. Af is an asynchronous computation with effects. Computation may either error with an exception or produce a result of type A. Af effects are assembled from primitive effects. You can make af or lift effect, okay. So yeah, it runs an asynchronous effect, it waits on the body. Okay, what is the wait body? Probably it's just basically waiting on the body, but waits for the document to load and then finds the body element. And it returns HTML element from web HTTP, which is just an element. And that is run UI. From allergen. Oh, it runs the UI. Takes a render spec, the component, and produces an effect. So it takes the component, unit, and the body. So the component the I is probably the unit, but render spec spec is missing one argument. There is render spec component, and the button is the component, and the unit must be this I here. Render specs allow for alternative drive implementation without the need to provide all of the drive machinery again. Focusing just on code needed. Hello Musen, what's up? Trying to kind of learn PureScript. I say kind of because I know Haskell, so the syntax and kind of semantics of the language I already know, but I don't know anything about the ecosystem, and I want to see if I can build some UI today with it. PureScript, it's in a sense Haskell for the browser. Yes, it compiles to JavaScript, so you can use it with Node, you can use it with the browser. There are bindings for React, there are bindings probably for Express as well too. For example, if you want to use Haskell, but then you want to deploy it in AWS Lambda and you have only, or some of the Lambda runtimes that only have JavaScript, you could use PureScript there, which is pretty much the same with some differences, but they are quite close together. So what do you mean? Yeah, I mean, PureScript is just, it compiles to JavaScript, so the runtime is JavaScript. Haskell, yeah, Haskell compiles to machine code binary. So I mean, it has, of course, it's runtime for like the concurrency things, but you get binaries from Haskell. Yeah. So I was checking, there are a few libraries for UI, and I was checking this one, Allergen. So I saw that there are bindings. I don't know if there are alternatives here. I can take a look at the docs. Oh, there are not much. From what I can remember, yes, you can create bindings to JS, and I will probably try that eventually. But since the paradigms are quite different, I don't know how that works. From Elm, which is also a purely functional language, I remember that, but it's not that you can import something from npm. Not directly, but you can install it in your project and then you write like a binding. Let's take a look. PureScript import JS. Okay, so the FFI hello chiropractical. Nice, Carl's mine. I think you subscribed. Not subscribed, you followed during the week, so I'll play your follow again. Thank you for the follow, man. And let's see. Okay, there is a bunch of things. Watch Me Code channel. Nice. I didn't know there was a Watch Me Code channel. Twitch. Like this. In FPS lag function. I don't know what's up with Slack, but I've been having to log in again all the time. Watch. And that's cool that somebody shared my stream, because actually I wasn't a member here. But now I'm curious who shared. Maybe, I mean, if someone did share here, that was like super cool, but it seems like no. No. In. No. Yeah, I should share, right? Let me share. Why not? And then I continue. This is meta. I'm sharing about the stream while I stream. Okay. How do you type newbie? Okay, back to the stream. So this is probably how you do it. So you define a function you export it. This is the JavaScript type. Then you say that this is for any import that goes from number to number. I mean, inside here you could do whatever you want, and then you could launch missiles to the sky or whatever, and then the type checking is, yeah, it's not done. So you probably will use this with care, but yeah, it's cool that you can do it. Yeah, I don't know, that's a good question. Why it's always example? Well, let's put a more realistic example. You could I don't know, delete files or mutate some. Well, I guess I don't know if you could mutate. I don't know. Seems like Donald Trump hasn't launched any missiles, and I guess he can, so probably you are right. But I hope that stays like that. Sorry, I don't mean to get political. Yeah, so this is basically for Musenka. Yeah, you can export. There are other languages that do this more strictly. For example, in Elm, you need to go through like a port, and then that's kind of like a message passing, like events, and it will validate whatever comes from JavaScript side. Hello, hey, thanks for the follow. Dario De Nino. Dario De Nino? That's how you say it? Okay, so where was I was saying Dario is fine. Yeah, that sounds like the name. Okay, so I was saying that I want to do something with Allotion. I need to see how to pronounce this, because I'm all the time saying something differently. Halogen. Okay. It's a UI library, and I was playing around with the basic counter button, like increment, decrement. Yeah, not much logic in here. And the idea I had, well, I didn't have like a very strong idea of what to do as a test, as to figure out like what I can do with PureScript in 1 hour and a half that's left. But I was thinking of a sign up form, and then there you could, yeah, so we will have routes, like the public route, the private route, and the login. Not sign up, but the login form. So let's go for that and see how far I can get. What I will do is check out back to how the template was when I started, and this is what you get. So now this will be probably a lot of following the documentation. I got the idea of how to render HTML because I'm familiar with Elm. I did some coding, so let's go to the part where this is rendering something. So this is the UI part. You have div, and you pass a list of things that you render inside, and then those also take list of things that you render inside. And I assuming that the difference between the one with underscore and the one without is that in the one with underscore, I really hate, I don't know, I think I grew used to it. I became used to it from Elm. I wrote few small applications, and once you get used to it, I guess you don't mind. I don't know. I write React at work all the time, so Yeah, when I'm used to it, really pain to compare to something like Hamlet. Yeah, write React that works. So I'm used to like the XML type of syntax for HTML, but I guess this one that doesn't have the underscore means that you also pass the list of attributes. So here the on click, and one thing that I tried was, well, I cannot go back to what I had now, but the disable the button one, for example, let's say where was it? Halogen event, their properties here. So I want to import properties as e. So then HP disabled when state that count is equal to 3, let's say. There's something wrong here. Okay. Yeah. So if I click it, yeah, it's disabled. So you pass. Hello Franco, how are you doing? Yeah, PureScript. Why not? I guess now that you're here, we need to get into Ethereum with PureScript, but I won't do that. Less PureScript, more LOL. I should stream LOL as well. I think Musencap will like that. Musencap was the reason why I had to play LOL, and exactly less LOL and more Dota. But when I tried to play Dota with Musencap, he didn't like it, so we had to play LOL instead. But I haven't played in like a long while. I need to figure out how to install it in Ubuntu, and then maybe I can play. Musencap is Nico, but that's his. Or maybe I revealed his secret identity. He was here like a few minutes ago. I don't know if he still is, or he's just got bored of PureScript and went back to Rust and JavaScript. So, yeah, sorry, man. My bad. So, what do I need to figure out? I'm going to be building the sign-in form. So, I don't know. I guess that's pretty boring, but I don't have any other idea. And if Franco suggests something, it will be Ethereum related, and I'm not gonna do it. So this is how you render HTML functions. Okay. Of course, the types are not important. I'll figure out later. And introducing component. So, how is the music? Is it fine? Because I don't hear the same volume as the stream one, so let me know if it's too loud or not. Or maybe you cannot even hear. That happened in the first streams. Like, I thought I was playing music and it wasn't loud enough. So, components. You make a component with initial state, render. What is the value? Make a val, copy a val, handle action. Okay, this component maintains an integer, its internal state, and updates the state. Yeah, this is similar to the one I have. Okay, actions. Yeah. So we have the actions, It's kind of like a little reducer inside the component. Render events. I'm trying to figure it out how to do state management with PureScript now. So it seems like you have like a little, let's say a little Redux, like a little reducer here. So there is initial state and a render, and then the handle action that gets passed here to the val. It's the reducer. It's updating the states on the different actions, and then you dispatch the actions from on click. So where handling events. So on click, for example, dispatching actions. But bringing it all together, we provide our functions that describe how to handle actions that occur while the component is running, which updates the state. Okay. So yeah, so the ones I was looking at were render and initial state. Yeah, it looks similar. So this is I'm just getting started, so I'm figuring things out as I go. So here it's rendering this counter component, and sorry. So this is the paragraph, and then the button has a list of properties and the content, a list of nodes of the content, and the properties. So on click is a function. Probably you get the event here, and you return the action that you want to produce. So it's similar to React, yes, or similar to Elm. So the render, yeah, the render is the one that renders. Just increment, yes. I love the just, and if you have type which is a maybe of whatever the int, you can have just nothing, right? The inside, it's this maybe. I know that joke. I don't have children, but I have that jokes. So let's bring each of the types of function back together to produce our counter component, this time with types specified. Okay, and this is what I want to figure out. Finally, we provide a function that describes how to handle actions and occur while the component is running with updates. The component type. This is the whole thing. Okay. I guess what we can do is email and password. And then So this is probably on change. And now I need to figure out what do I get here. Let's say p sign in. Now I will get type errors, yes. So actions. Password change, there is no type password. String or email change. These probably can be maybe, but let's say they're not for now. So the initial state is email. And then just for the properties. So this is also an input, but then this is, let's go to the properties. Type, great. Type. Okay, so yeah, I think I have PSC ID, but I need to look into it, how it works. I think I wasn't even getting out to complete, like, so I probably have the wrong setup. I need to invest a bit more time in. Yeah, I know, because I feel that I'm missing it. For example, I have the setup for TypeScript, and it's quite useful. This is input. There is no. Do you render the text or do you render the value? String. Yes. Render the value. State, email, state password. Is there a formatter for PureScript? PFMT or something, PSFMT? What errors do I have now? Yeah, increment. Purity. Not useful, okay. I'll give it a try later. This points to just the original repo. Okay. I'm using cog, yes. But The fact that I use Vim doesn't mean that I know Vim. Okay. I found PureScript. Okay. You say no apparently that I don't know Vim, or what do you mean? Increment. There is no increment now. So I know. Email change. Email. I will update the email with new here. Password with new password. Auto imports. I need to configure the same. The future in 2005. Yeah. So what is failing now? Will not match HTML with function and line 13. So is the problem? I don't think so, but okay. So if I remove the value, we'll get the same error. Let's check what was it. The HH is HTML. Oops. Input. If input. Okay. So it's not that nice. What am I doing? No. Events on change. Event to maybe I. Okay. And I think I'm doing that. So the other thing probably was value. Text string. That's a prop. This is fine. Maybe on change takes another argument. maybe this is not realizing that no. Yeah, I think it's called relaxing or something. But it's I think it's called chill. Chill. Yes. Chill station, yes. Okay, it's not that either. Hey troll, McCracken, thank you for the follow. Hello. Nice. Do some wild. I love this squid emoji. So, what am I missing here? On change. Spamming and spamming emoji. That's the spirit of Twitch. Input. I'm giving a function where I should pass HTML. Line 30. At least somebody will be watching. But I mean, we can spread the word. So on line 30 to 32. Maybe import doesn't take anything. Whoa. Looks like yes, input type. Where is input type? That makes sense that the input doesn't take any children. So input type. Where does it come from? Okay, and input type would be input password. Makes sense. Project for Hacktoberfest. I need to find a project for Hacktoberfest as well. Yeah, it succeeded. So now is when you type why it lets you type when I said that the value was set to what the event is. The event should always return this. Type password, yes. Let's, maybe there is something in the docs. Input, no. Some mistakes. Franco, will you breach Ethereum? I don't know. Evangelism. This is the HTML. I want the properties. Yes, value. I don't think the source will show much. Name value. No, not what I wanted. Nice. Don't remember what I did last year. Does someone in chat know why this is showing the text? So when what I did was the update just always returns the same event, same value. So I was expecting that every time I change, I will get, every time I type, I will get an F, and for the password like the X. Oh, but okay, I did pass it here in the password. You're right. I do need to pass it explicitly, so this will be email. But I did pass in the password, and I was able to still keep typing. So yes, and for the passwords. What? It did change to the F. On change. What? But then it does it once on blur. So it does it there, but if I continue now typing, it doesn't do it again. Yeah, okay. On up. Keyboard event. still does it like once. Low peak. Okay, let me try that. On value. Let's see. On. No. No, again. On value. Value change attaches an error handler which reproduces an input on the value. On value change maybe? Let's try on value input. Oh. Did it compile? Yes. This is weird. So string maybe attached. I use on value change. Okay. So I can put on value change. Yes, on value change. So now we get the new value. Put it here. Of course, there is always something weird going on. Okay, let's see. And let's put the text here. So pass for state password. I can see what's the real value. So I'm maybe doing something wrong here. Like this. So this is probably new. What is this? A data breach on a site or app exposed to your password. What? I guess this is doing some imports. I'm not using it. It's updating after the blur. This is weird. How is compose?
there is this distance, and we both feel it through the dark.
No, compose is not with dot.
Gotta keep from breaking.
So
Not afraid of the storms of day to day. I know that they will pass us by. The life may fall apart. We are stronger through the scars we know. 'Cause we both have gotta try.
yeah, what's the
'Cause if we keep holding on, we can break through these walls. Keeping these open arms through the storm.
okay?
Make it ours. And if we keep holding on,
See.
we can find love that's lost. Things are not too far gone, but not that far. Keep holding on.
Okay.
Here in this ocean, we are left hopeless. We catch a breath, make amends, and get lost in the drifting moments. The tide of love's rising, but we're swimming for our lives and we stay the
On
same
value input.
through all the
Yes.
waves. Can I keep our focus? I am not afraid of the storms of day to day. I know that they will pass us by. The life may fall apart. We are stronger through the
Yes.
scars we know.
Okay. On value input. Thank you.
'Cause if we keep holding on, we can break through these walls. Keeping these open arms.
So now I can comment out this because of course why use password field if you show it. Now let's just pull. If
Bottom is waiting, seeing your face in the dead of night by my side, but I'm still hesitating. 'Cause there is this distance, and we both feel it through the dark in our hearts. Gotta keep from breaking.
it's becoming slower. Do you know if the PSC IDE language server starts to consume a lot of memory after a while it's running? I think the Beam app is running it and it feels like it was a bit slower. I should have enough memory though. Not worry, but oh, it's okay. Okay, so for now we have signing. How do you do? I won't bother by style. Let's check just curiosity events. Oh, style. Okay. So I guess this comes from CSS. Okay. That's fine. I won't do styles for now. So now I'll continue. Let's continue with producing components. Okay, we have the component that can update. Forming effects. Covered a lot of ground so far. You know how to write HTML, collection, and reduction. State action. Seems like this is the halogen monad. The eval monad, yes, enable halogen. State forking threads, starting subscriptions and more, but it's quite limited. Consider itself only halogen specific feature. In fact, halogen components have no built-in mechanism for effects. That lets you choose what monad you would like to use. Gain access to capabilities. Yeah. So we could use AF, the asynchronous effect. Random numbers. HTTP request, so this is interesting. Event parent default. I want to basically get like a fake, just like a fake login. So here we don't need the parent. Okay, subscriptions, life cycle, parent child, running the application, concept reference. Okay. Page. Ah, okay, this has a reader monad with the state. So we can do asynchronous things here. This seems quite cool. So what we need is login. Empty, and here on login we have or the state of the request. PHC JS PureScript that's a good question. I'm about to figure out. And probably the question is not for me because I find it not much, but I like Elm, but I want to see like how similar to Haskell can PureScript be, because Elm is basically all the functional stuff without the monadic stuff, like all the type classes basically. So if you don't Haskell, you might like PureScript more than Elm. But I guess the Elm ecosystem is a bit more developed than PureScript, I don't know. All the status would be Elm's cool. Pouring their balls, but cool. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool, and it was really nice introduction for me to FP. Of course. No, I think what I got from the Elm community is that they are like trying to not go into the more academic way of writing FP. Hey, good luck, man. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the follow as well. So, where was I? Status. The status could be work in progress, the user is typing. Or loading, or like and probably failure has, success has. Data is reset work, so
Nicholas Cage on a sequin.
and what was the decision? But what was the context of the decision then, I guess? Yeah, I think Elm is a gateway track, indeed. But what was the decision? I mean, what was the context? Because if you already know Haskell, you might go for PureScript. Or GHC.js. Discarded Elm. I read that they went with them. Yeah. Yeah, if you have a team that already knows Haskell, you might want to go with sorry, you might go on with PureScript. Non-value new password. Okay. So this compile. So we should have the in the state state actually. The state will have also status, which is status, and success will be unit for now, and and was a good stepping stone. It showed me that PureScript can work really well for the overall application. Yeah, I think it was as well for me. I think that's the first like ML language that I learned. Kind of the same for me, yes. So indeed. Not only that, but then you are like crying because you then at work you work with JavaScript, right? Okay. How do I not modify?
Beneath his mask, there is more than flesh. Beneath this mask, there is an idea, Mr. Creed. And ideas are bulletproof. Ideas are bulletproof. Ideas are bulletproof.
So how do I modify? Yes, I could modify with ID.
Ideas are ideas are ideas are ideas are ideas
Okay. So the first thing that we will do on login is modify status. Login. Okay. But then we need to dispatch. So what do you mean? Something like that for TypeScript? You mean do notation? I assume you mean remote data, right? Oh, the type search. Don't remind me about it. Do we get some context? Yes, search. I started working on this idea, like a Google or type search for TypeScript, and I need to continue because I got stuck and I never continue. So I will probably be streaming about this sometime soon. So the button does have a text. It says login on the login. Just okay, and it should be disabled if it's loading not success. So chit chatted enough. Thank you for joining, Franco. Have a good afternoon, I think it's there. Okay, so loading line only. Case of loading. So if I click login, it will be disabled. Okay. There was something over here in the docs. Prevent default. Prevent default. Okay. So this takes event. Okay, so we get the event and we run the event and we need to click that into the monad somehow. Lift effect. Oh, I'm not submitting. What changed now? Ah, event. So and compose it to mouse. Mouse event to event. Is there a way to get? No. On submit. Yes, this could be a form. Yes. So this feels good. Like coming from frontend, from React, feels like a really nice mix of Haskell and React so far. So I'm quite happy. I'm still like need to figure out a lot about TypeScript, PureScript, sorry, but then the button, it's loading, disable. Type button submit, okay. Nice. So let's put that same thing. This. Unknown operator. Yeah, it's the no type class instance was found for effect class more and effect M2. Probably because I don't have a monad. So this will reload, yes, reload the page. Do need the prevent default. But now it's probably because I don't have a monad yet. Monad M, and in the docs the monad, where are the docs? No, it's also M. State action. Yes. Right. typed something wrong? No, that would be another type error. No type class instant found for F class. I need to give the constraint that M is monad of. Yeah. Unknown class monad of. One error at a time. That's the life of a type program. No type class instance was found for FM5. All checking actions. The tree has generalist type. Cool thing contributing to PureScript React Native Basic. I'm curious about that. I haven't done React Native though. Don't mind, like it's cool. Counter. Yeah, I mean by the name I get it. But anyway. Let's see. F what is unknown. So it gives the constraint, then state and action are the same. But if I copy that, it probably won't work. Well, I'm not doing any synchronous thing yet, so maybe there is something different in the component as well. I probably don't have any monad left here. Component. To be honest, I don't know why I went with allusion. Guess it's because it's the one I heard the most. Yeah, it worked. So now, I think it's because it's the one I heard the most, but before building a real app, I should probably investigate it. So now it prevents default, right? Yes. So what I'd like to do probably is simulate. So we go into loading, then result. How do they lift? Lift off. And then here take login request, and then it would go into either success or failure. Okay, cool that you are one of those. I think it's a really nice movement, especially like I'd work with basically frontend with TypeScript. So sorry, that was probably noisy. So yeah, I was quite happy when I saw that moment starting, because it means that more people will adopt it. It will have basically what boring Haskell wants to bring. But I don't know if a halogen it's more powerful than the other ones. I do want to build real world applications with PureScript or whichever framework works. Some of the ones I have in mind as side projects do have requirements that maybe there are not components built for such thing in PureScript, and I might use bindings for React ones, and then I will need to use a React library. I see. Primary goal is working with Haskell to make cool things. Yeah, I think I really like the language. I've done use small things with it so far, and I really like it. I will say I have the same goal, but I don't use it at work. So this is what we want to do, and then here it will be probably case. Response of, if you can do the case of here. Let's say that this response to the left, it's an either, so failure. So yeah, let's see see if there is a delay. Yes, there is. So, doesn't affect that. It takes milliseconds, which are time duration. So I will delay just to simulate. Which is the unit. No. 1 second is fine. For now, let's go into failure. While checking the type index, style number, while checking the expression process style number. How do I create the number? I see. Okay, I'll take a look into that. Thank you for joining. See you later. Yeah, I'm streaming every Thursday, so for now, maybe I will start more days, but you can check the schedule here. Oops. 1 second. 1 second. 1.
I'm hypnotized.
What's wrong with this? It takes a number and I'm provided an in. read it the other way around. I thought it wanted an int and I was providing. Whoa. String.
I'm hypnotized.
81. Unit. Error is first. Yay. So click here. Now let's show the error message. Piece of static. Failure with a message. Otherwise, they're in like one of yeah, empty. No. One of empty. Okay. Yes. There is no mono type class. So
What am I doing
um,
here? I'm longing
these
for
for now.
dear. If we could look to the stars, maybe life wouldn't be so hard. We were this close to another ending, but too far from the start. We were this close to another story, but we drifted
Non-data constructor, data constructor HTML. Okay. Ah, it succeeded. So that, and then second and says couldn't log in. Okay. I think for now that's it. I'll add one more thing. So let's give this a name. These can we call this success, and then argument list length referring declaration table. Oh yes. Non-type bool. Boolean. Oh wait, keep importing. So now yeah. And then I put the disable in the inputs as well, and I'll call it a day. So we type some stuff. Will not have it. Yes. Okay, so for the first time that was cool. I think I'm going to type email, password, then will not login. I like there's a bar. Okay, so I was thinking that to end the stream I could write Vladimir. He was going to stream some PureScript as well, so he started. Yes. But let's
console applications that are pretty easy to run and
great.
to distribute.
Yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you everybody who joined, and let's do the rate. So this should take us this stream.